Thank you for tuning the Ethiopian Tribune, a channel that is watched by the ones who really matter. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. News round on Ethiopia. Expansion of combat operation in northern Ethiopia. The United States is gravely concerned by the expansion of combat in northern Ethiopia. We reiterate our call for the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, to withdraw from the Amhara and Afar regions, including halting its advances in and around the cities of Dessie and Kombolcha. We urge the TPLF not to use artillery against cities and recall our strong objections to the ENDF airstrikes in Mekelle and other areas of Tigray which have cost countless lives. There is no military solution to this conflict, and all parties must begin ceasefire negotiations without preconditions. The United States remains committed to saving lives and alleviating suffering through the delivery of humanitarian assistance to all Ethiopians in need, whether in the Tigray, Amhara, or Afar region. We continue to be alarmed by reports of the deliberate denial of humanitarian assistance in northern Ethiopia. Up to 900,000 people are living in famine-like conditions in Tigray while the government restricts urgently needed humanitarian supplies, including medicine, fuel, and cash for relief organizations. We repeat our call on all parties to the conflict to allow and facilitate unhindered humanitarian access. We reiterate our call for all parties to protect civilians and end human rights abuses and violations of international humanitarian law. Those responsible for such abuses and violations must be held accountable. Thank you for tuning the Ethiopian Tribune, a channel that is watched by the ones who really matter. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. News round on Ethiopia. Tigrayan forces say they have seized strategic town in Ethiopia's Amhara region. The capture of Dessie would be a strategic gain for the Tigrayan fighters against the central government forces who are trying to dislodge them from the Amhara region. File pic. Rebellious Tigrayan forces have said they had seized the strategic town of Dessie in Ethiopia's Amhara region where tens of thousands of ethnic Amharas have sought refuge from an escalation in fighting, but the government has denied this. The fighters pushed Ethiopian government forces from Dessie and were headed towards the town of Kombolcha. Getachew Reda, spokesperson for the Tigray People's Liberation Front, told Reuters by satellite phone from an undisclosed location. He said Tigrayan forces had captured numerous Ethiopian soldiers. Legesse Tulu, the government spokesperson, told Reuters in a text message that the town was still under the control of the Ethiopian government and said claims by the Tigrayan forces were fabricated propaganda. Ethiopian military spokesman Colonel Getachew Reda referred Reuters to the federal government. Amhara spokesperson Getachew Reda, the mayor of Dessie and a spokesperson for the town did not respond to requests for comment. Reuters could not independently verify the account of either side as phone lines in Dessie appeared to be down as of this afternoon. The capture of Dessie would be a strategic gain for the Tigrayan fighters against the central government forces who are trying to dislodge them from the Amhara region. The large town is some 385 kilometers from the capital, Addis Ababa, and is the furthest south in Amhara that the TPLF has reached since pushing into the region in July. A school director in Dessie said he saw Ethiopian soldiers retreating from the town this morning towards Kombolcha and that power across town had been off since yesterday. Another resident of Dessie also said the town had no power in that the federal army had left. Both said they had heard Tigrayan fighters were in town but had not seen them. They both spoke on condition of anonymity. War broke nearly a year ago between federal troops and the TPLF. Thousands of people have been killed and more than 2 million people have been forced to flee. Tigrayan forces were initially beating back, but recaptured most of the region in July and pushed into the neighboring Amhara and Afar regions. In mid-October, the Tigrayan forces said the military had launched a ground offensive to push them out of Amhara. The military said on Thursday there was heavy fighting there, but accused the Tigrayan forces of starting it.